Here in the city of Chicago, we're taping this on the day that we received a new police chief. I don't even know the guy's name. You got to hit me. We got to go to the internet, get a picture. We put this together on the fly. It's almost like live TV.
Right. Well,
who's the guy's name?
I don't know. He's from Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, right?
And I got a couple of phone calls. I haven't had time to research it.
But you mad though?
I know that half of what we requested we got. One was that we asked that it be an outsider. It had to be an outsider. The other half of it is kind of surprising to discover that he's a Jewish guy.
Excuse me, I gotta drink my tea.
No problem, it's pretty hot.
It's pretty hot, but it's, you know, we can't plug, but it's it was former Senator Carol Mosley Braun.
Yes, she has a brand called Ambassador Organics.
Okay, we'll see
at
this
Mrs. Place.
So see, on public access we'll cut that out, but on YouTube we can say that. Say that in Carol Mosley Braun's tea. What is it now?
Or Ambassador Organics. And it's the featured brand at Mrs. Place Cyber Cafe.
Yeah, we over here in 75th and Dorchester. See, public access we can't say that, but YouTube we can tell you. We over here right now, 75th and Dorchester,
right.
2 blocks from Stony.
That's
Stony
right.
Island for those of you who know Chicago. But the bottom line is that we get a new police chief here in the city of Chicago who's from another city, which is good.
Philadelphia, which is interesting though. Philadelphia has been under a federal consent decree. Their police department has been under a federal consent decree for several years for corruption and the same type of environment that Chicago is in. And for the life of me, we've been trying to figure out, even with all the appeals, the request for the Justice Department, why Chicago has not been placed under a consent decree.
Well, the feds got to do that, right?
Yeah, but it's based on complaints. It's based on the same activity.
The president can stop that though, right? President of the United States can stop that, right?
Well, we know why Chicago has not been placed under it, but the point is it qualifies. And the request has been made and the documentation is there. And for a brief time in 1982, Chicago was under consent decree. Back in the 70s, it was under consent decree.
Okay.
And when the league sued later in the 70s, there was a official, not decree, but a official court action, a court order for them to cease and desist in certain behavior. But the point is, now we have this new Jewish chief.
Jewish?
Yeah.
You're not starting trouble when you say Jewish.
Well, I mean, that's what
you
told,
do.
And that's what I was told.
Okay, Jewish.
In a city where I think the Jewish population is 270,000. And the communities that, from our understanding, where most Jewish people live are not high crime areas.
No.
Hyde Park is one of the ones on the south side and is seemingly going through a transition.
Right.
But then you have Uptown, you have Lakeview.
Lakeview, yeah.
You have, then of course the surrounding suburbs, Skokie, Highland Park.
That's all on the north side. For those of you know Chicago, Hyde Park, the only place on the south side where
It's
Jewish
pretty much the largest
people live.
Jewish population in the city on the south side.
With Hyde Park.
In Hyde Park.
The north side, it was in Skokie, and moved up to Highland Park and beyond. You know?
Right, and then in the city, I think is Lakeview, Peterson, those types of communities.
Yeah.
So it's just interesting. Later on today, I'm sure we'll find out. But I would have thought that it would have been an African American. One of the individuals we hoped that it would have been the chief of police of Louisville, and with the credentials. So,
well, but that's Mayor Daley.
We'll see what the mayor's.
Before you get back into your dissertation, before we close out, is that I get upset with the public. Some people rarely, African American community, we get so mad at Mayor Daley, but the majority of us who bother to vote for the mayor. He won. It's 50 wards in Chicago. He won every African American ward. We by what? 4th or the 3rd of the wards or something, whatever.
Well, our population in the city is almost 40%.
Yeah, but he won every so-called black ward, African American ward.
But one way of saying that, the way you said it, makes it look like he did something great. The other way of saying it is, with over 1 million registered black voters in Chicago, the total number of votes that he received from everybody was less than 250,000.
But